and welcome to the MineWreckers server. My name is Weird and Bearded, and it is New Year's Eve. Or at least it will be when the video comes out, but today is Boxing Day, and I have some presents to open before we can get on to the main bit of the video. Starting, I suspect, with this box, because I don't remember leaving one here. Let's have a little look. It's from Top. And that is quite a nice haul. We've got 8 stacks of blocks of redstone there, which is going to be very useful for me. A couple stacks of blocks of emeralds, pretty nice. Some nicely enchanted gear. And of course the ancient debris, I'm very happy with. That is one good present. I believe I have another present over at the starting area where we have the post office. So let's head over there. And then we're going to come back and start talking, at long last, about my base. While I'm over at the starting area, let's fly down towards the post office, see if we've got anything there. Oh, the magma cubes, hello. Right, in here, I have writing some bundles, and we do indeed from Rin. Oh, that is very nice. I have been requesting magma blocks. I'll explain why later. Potions of fire resistance and slow falling. Some more diamonds, some more netherite, a shield, and a music disc. I'm happy with this haul. Shall we see if there's anything downstairs? Let's just have a quick look. There rarely is, but oh, that's empty. Nobody's trying to bribe me yet. So, we'll head back to the base, and we'll start talking about the future plans. I have returned to my base. I've put my 2 presents down. I will get those organised later. For now, we're going to start planning things out, start placing down blocks. Not for any aesthetic purposes, just so I can start figuring out a layout. So the plan for this is to build a large water-based kingdom. It's going to go down to the bedrock. It's going to go up to build limit. Let's be honest. Look at this statue. Am I going to do anything small? So in the middle, I think we're going to put my storage system. And this is, again, not small. If you've been watching my recent Redstone live streams, you'll have had glimpses of it. It's quite wild. So it is almost finished. I've almost finished the design. All I've got to do is figure out what I'm doing with the items that currently aren't being sorted, and also the non-stackables. Then that will be ready to work. But I think I want to row right to the middle of it. So let's say this is my center point. And then maybe start it around here. So I'll get an outline for that. And I don't want to get rid of too much land. I am going to have to get rid of quite a bit of land because, again, this thing's big. But I don't want to get rid of too much. I'll probably flatten things out to about this level, which is quite above sea level. So having a water kingdom, obviously you want to get everywhere by boat. We have a plan for that as well, because I have been designing a boat-based elevator, which again is almost complete. So we're going to be seeing that coming up soon. Of course, this isn't going to be coming up in the immediate. We've got some things we need to still do first. We've got to build a gold farm and a piglin bartering farm, because I'm going to need a lot of nether quartz, a lot of gravel, things like that. That is very nice. I have been requesting magma blocks. I'll explain why later. So that's going to be coming up, hopefully a lot sooner. But in the meantime, I think it's time to start building an outline, maybe get rid of some trees. But let's get this outline in first. From where the line initially was, I've moved it back about 40 blocks. So we can see we've got my stone brick line over there. It is fairly big. You can't actually see where the other line is because there's a hill and trees in the way. It goes all the way back, further than this. There it is. There's my line. I moved it back because then I've got this connection to the snowy area, and I can probably do stuff with this as well. But this is going to be a big, big storage system. I'm not going to bother marking this. I know that the big squares for the storage system, but there are a couple of other things I want to mark. Namely, where is the entrance to the end portal? And also the ancient city. I'm going to mark the center of the ancient city. So I'm going to get the locations of those, find them up here, probably get some more stone brick around them and a couple of signs. The markings are in place, but they're a little difficult to see from above because, you know, there's a lot of trees in the way. And I'm going to have to get rid of these trees eventually anyway. So, time lapse anyone? Well, this looks kinda weird. I'm so used to having so much forest here, but it is now clear. We now have an area to dig out for the storage system or build up. I've yet to decide what level this is going to start at. Over here, I've marked out where the end portal is. We might just have a drop chute down to it, although that could be dangerous. But we'll definitely have some form of entrance. It's nice to know where it's going to be. And over here somewhere, I've added a section for, there it is, the entrance to the ancient city. Obviously, they don't really have a specific entrance, but this is just one edge of it, and it aligns quite nicely, if we come over here, with this other section, which is the portal. Now, those aren't the only two structures down there. There is also the mine shaft. So I thought to myself, let's add a little section to denote where that is, which you can just see over there. And this is, I believe it's going to be the starting room for the mine shaft. It didn't have dirt in it, but I couldn't find one with dirt. So I'm going with this because it was a big empty room. So that's all of this marked out. I've got a bit more to mark out, but also in doing so, I got 4 or 5 shulker boxes full of wood. So only one thing to do with that. Time to stock the shop up. Which, it takes a little while, but it's taking 4 items out the hopper each time, so it doesn't take too long. I'm just going to sit here while this runs. At this point, I'm going to need to start making some decisions about the structure of the place. So I know, and I'm knowing this for a while, I want a nice big circular platform up above. So we need to figure out where exactly I want the sorter to be. I know the height of it. I think if we have it so that when you're on the ground level of the sorter, you're around here, maybe a bit lower. Let's say you're at Y100 when you're on ground level. I am going to go into my testing world. And it's Y100. That's pretty good. I'm going to go into my testing world, find out whereabouts ground level is in my sorter, and see how high I need to go for a ceiling. And then I'm going to come back, and we're going to pillar up on each of those corners and build a massive, massive circle. And I'll tell you what's going to go on there later. I'm trying not to reveal too many of the plans. Let's just get the structure in. So I'm going to build a circle. Well, that is looking good. You can really get the scale of this simply by the fact that it doesn't all load in. We're going to have to fly up to get a proper look at this. And I think what I want to do next, in terms of getting some structure in place, I want some balconies below this for the main living area. Have people living around the outside of the central section. All the way around the outside. So I think we've got room for 6 balconies, coming up 20 blocks each time and coming out another 10 blocks further as you go lower down. So as you get to the top, you can look down on the balconies below. Now the one at the top is not going to be big enough for anybody to live there, but hopefully we can do some fun decorations at the top. And I will say with this top section, we're going to have a nice palace in the middle, and I want to have around the outside be our trading area. And then there's going to be stuff even further above, which I've yet to fully plan, but let's get these balconies in. At least, you know, the outside. That's all we're doing for now. Just the outside of things. I'd like to say that that was quick, but it was not. So I'll talk about what we've ended up with in a moment, but initially I said I was going to go down and out the same amount each time. And it didn't occur to me until I'd finished it that that meant that from the top you'd see the balcony below you, but that would block off the view of all the other balconies. So I tore it all down and started again, and what we have now is a nice curve. So while we have an area above us, we don't really care about that because that's going to be purely decorative. But from here, you can look down to the balcony below and the balcony below that and below that and below that. What's also nice about this, something that I did want, but initially wasn't going to be getting, is that this last layer now intersects with the horse statue. In fact, quite well. So I'm going to be getting to build around that, which I was excited for. But I think this looks good. I'll be able to get some nice big pillars in. We're going to be getting some ocean pillars, which is going to be nice. Lots of space to decorate. This is going to be a big, big project. Hopefully, we're going to get it all finished in time. But I'm very happy with this so far. I'm looking forward to seeing how this all builds up. I'm not going to do any of the structuring above yet because I want to get this bit done first and then we can start figuring out where we're going to be going afterwards. But for now, that's all I have time for. So if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Weird and Bearded, and I will see you all next time.